Good afternoon. My name is Daniel Black. I'm professor of African American Studies at Clark Atlanta University. And I am a friend to the Absalom Jones Center for Racial Healing, where the inimitable Dr. Catherine Meeks is director. And when she asked me to do this, I agreed to do it because there are several things I'd like to say. The first thing I want to say is that racism has the power to destroy every single one of us. That's right. Black, white, Asian, Latinx, every human being in America has the power to be destroyed by racism because racism is ego-centered. Racism is self-centered. Racism does not love. Racism does not heal. Racism does not bring people together. Racism divides and racism destroys. And our job and our hope in the Absalom Jones Center is to be at the forefront of this effort to absolutely choke the power out of racism in order that all of us might live and all of us might thrive. And how do you do that? The first thing we have to do is to acknowledge that every single one of us looks like God. Every single one of us. God comes in every color. God comes in every size. God comes with every kind of personality, every kind of energy. Every human being is a reflection of the Almighty God. We must recognize that and learn to see God when we look at one another. The second thing that's important is that we have to listen to each other other's experiences, hear each other's hearts. And we have to take each other's experiences seriously. Whether it affects you or not, it affects you if it affects someone else. There are horrific stories of how race has debilitated a people. There are horrific stories of what racism did to Native Americans. There are unspeakable stories of how racism has affected African Americans. And the truth is, there are unbelievable stories of how racism is prepared to destroy whites also. And what we have to do is sit down and listen to these stories and be honest with one another. We cannot believe, we cannot hope that this is going to be a journey of nothing but pleasure. This will not be a cruise trip. It will not. And yet we must take it, and we must do it together if we're going to save this nation. And I believe we can. I believe we can. But the question is, will we? I'm here to tell you, I'm on board to do it. Count me in. Because this is where we live. This is what we've inherited. And if it's going to be excellent, it will be excellent because we make it so. And the third thing that's extremely necessary when you talk about race and racism and why racism is so critically important in this place called America is that we understand that racism is only one ism. There are other isms that are cousins and siblings to race that do the same kind of discrimination as racism, the same kind of ugliness, the same kind of anti-sacred performance and behavior. This is homophobia. This is misogyny. Absolutely. This is transphobia. See, we don't want to just get rid of the ism that affects us most or most directly. We want to get rid of all isms. We want to get rid of anything that keeps anyone from being free. The hope of the Absalom Jones Center for Racial Healing is that all human beings would be free and all others would fight for them to be so. See you in the battle. Bye-bye.